Alright, welcome back to another. Today is the week number 2 NFL predictions. Last week we had a lot of great games, and let's take a quick look at our week 1 records before we get into week number 2. So, we had Don going 7-9, and Graham going 6-10, me, Brady Henry, all got tied at 11-4 going into Monday night. Good change us to me and Henry going 12-5. 11-5, and Brady going 12-4. I absolutely hate it because he's number 1 and I'm gonna beat him, and he won last year. So yeah, now let's get on with the week number 2 predictions. Alright, now the Thursday night football. This one could be a good game. It's the Washington Commanders taking on the Green Bay Packers. So, Don, of course, got the Commanders. He's a Bears fan, of course. I hope he gets all his picks on. I hope. Brady, Graham, and Henry all got the Packers. This one against the Turkey should be obvious. Commanders just had a good game against the Giants. Both the Packers and the Commanders are coming off the divisional games. This one can be a close one. I know our defense is real good. Scramble quarterbacks, was good against our scrambler quarterbacks. But I'm going to go with the Packers. I feel like our defense last week was very good. Hopefully we have that same defense that we did against the Lions, because we can beat the Commanders, but I would not be shocked if the Commanders beat us and we go on and run. Now, the first noon game, we got the Cleveland Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens. So, Unos, Graham, Brady, Don, and Henry all said the Ravens. This game is okay. The Browns almost beat the Bengals by missed field goal. The Browns are one kick away from beating the Bengals. The Ravens, they choked week on Sunday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills. That was an amazing game. Watched the whole way through. It was very entertaining. If the Ravens still have the same defensive mistakes that they did against the Bills, I think the Ravens could pull off the win, and hopefully Derrick Henry doesn't fumble the ball, so give me the Ravens. Next up is the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Jaguars are coming off with a good run yesterday. The Panthers didn't really look good. Looking at the stats, they did a pretty good job on offense and defense. Meanwhile, the Bengals, their defense actually was okay. They almost lost to the Bears that I feel like I literally just talked about. But this game, it probably can be a very slow game. The Bengals offense was kind of non-existent. But I think we're going to see a little more. I can see either team winning. Don got the Jaguars, Brady got the Bengals, Graham got the Jaguars, and Henry got the Bengals. So for me, I know the Bengals will start, so I'm going to be shocked if they lose. I'm going to be shocked if they win. I know the Bengals start slow, but I'm going to be a little delusional and stick with the Bengals to pull out the win. Next up is another divisional matchup, New York Giants, who sucked. They couldn't even score a touchdown on the Commanders, which is kind of expected. Taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, did the Dallas Cowboys just save themselves from being blown out by having Jalen Carter spit? Yeah, maybe. But this game certainly be up to question. Don got the Giants. Graham, Brady, Henry, all got the Cowboys. I look at the Cowboys. I think Dak is still the good. If CD just touches the ball, if he does, they will win. So yeah, give me the Cowboys. Next up is the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. Down at the Bears, Brady, Dan, and Henry all got the Lions. This game can't go either. It's a Ben Johnson can't throw. Within this game 11. This game is interesting. I barely lost the game on Monday night. I lost the first half and the final few minutes because that game is just boring to me. But this game, I feel it can be slow. The Lions, they could really do a lot on offense. But the Bears are so inconsistent on defense and offense. They're not good players, they're not bad players. On both sides of the football, you can't really have that. And they couldn't capitalize after that. So they just thought they were pick six. They just couldn't capitalize. It was just non-existent. But I'm going to go with the Lions. I have the Lions winning and bouncing back. Next up is the New England Patriots. This is the Miami Dolphins. Well, Don got the Patriots, Brady got the Dolphins, Dan and Henry also got the Patriots. With this game, Miami, they look horrible. Miami looked very horrible. It could name this thing Miami just sucks or Indianapolis is just very good. But New England, yes, they almost beat Las Vegas, but I'm going to go with the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to be way better as a team than the Dolphins this year. And yeah, this might be the end of the head coach's stint, the next McDaniel with the Dolphins. So yeah, give me the Patriots. Next up is the San Francisco 49ers. Those are the New England Saints. Well, this game is an interesting one. Don, the 30 and Henry, also the 39ers. This game is kind of surprising. The Saints almost beat the Cardinals, which is kind of shocking. Well, kind of not shocking because Cardinals kind of mid. But the Niners, the missing Rush because I think Brock Purdy got hurt. I can't be wrong with that part. But last week, Zach Moody sucked. They literally just cut him today. And they got they disconnect. Not disconnect. That's the Panthers just close. I forgot his name. The kicker was going to throw on Carolina. They got him off. I'm going to go with the 49ers. I think the 49ers are a better team. But I'm going to be too shocked at the Saints again. So yeah, give me the 49ers. Next up is the Buffalo Bills. This is the New York Jets. Don got the Jets. Dan, Brady, and Henry all got the Bills. So this game, the Bills made a miraculous comeback against the Raiders. Because yes, there was a lot of mistakes with their coming. That coaching staff was running the ball with their coming on Lamar. On third down, that could have sealed the game. But they didn't. And that gunner, I think it was the gunner, that when I was going through the right slit in front and his hand, basically touched the right line, going into end zone. This would result into a touchback, and that defense, like Isaiah Alexander, making bad plays. And the Jets nearly beat the Steelers. The Bills are coming off of good games. The Jets, Justin Fields is looking pretty promising. I'm going to go with the Bills. I feel like Josh Allen's a better team, but I'm going to be too shocked if the Jets win. Because, yes, the Bills made a lot of mistakes, especially on defense. Last week, earlier in the game on Sunday, they made a lot of mistakes. So let's stick with the Bills, so give me the Bills. Next up is the Seattle Seahawks. Those are the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Don got the Seahawks, Dan, Brady, Henry all got the Steelers. So this game, what did I tell you about the Seahawks? Part of me was thinking Sam Darnold was in a fluke because it was just the team around him. And we kind of saw that from the Vikings in the second half on Monday Night Football, which was yesterday for me. But I got the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers played a sectional game on Sunday. I think this can be a close game. The Seahawks made a lot of costly mistakes against the 49ers that they just couldn't pull out the win. But I'm going to go with the Steelers. I think they're good. I know Aaron Rodgers trying to show to win. I would not be too shocked if the Seahawks win. Next up is the Los Angeles Rams. Those are the Tennessee Titans. Well, John, Brady, and Henry all got the Rams. This game, the Titans, yes, they struggled against the Broncos, so did the Broncos. But this game is a very interesting matchup. Cam Ward couldn't really do a lot because his receivers got barely helping him. The Cam Ward did have a decent performance. The Rams didn't allow the Texans to score a touchdown. Only allowed them to kick 3 field goals. But I'm going to go with the Rams. I feel like it's a bit 3 weeks before Cam Ward really get into the swing of things of winning games. So yeah, give me the Rams. Now, starting 3:05 games. We got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Don got the Panthers, Brady and Henry all got the Cardinals. So this game, Panthers didn't look good. The Cardinals almost lost to the Saints, who are kind of expected to the holder this year. Now the knee is kind of changing around, but it's not changing 100%. But I'm going to go with the Cardinals. The Panthers did look total, Bryce Young looked total, and it looks like they're mainly game planning with Andrew Thielen. Him being traded away is just messed them up, but it's going to the Cardinals. Next up is the Denver Broncos taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Broncos had a sloppy game with Bo Nix against the Titans. I kind of been questioning Bo Nix right now, and I'm not sure if that series a week or not, or rather, I know it's just week 1. But the Colts killing the Miami Dolphins. Daniel Jones actually looked pretty good, which is very, very shocking. This game, the all kind of start down. Brady, so the Broncos need to get Henry also the coach. I think the coach can win this. Yes, it will be a close game, but I think Daniel Jones will cross the win. But I don't know too much about the Broncos offense to drive down the field and score. Because last week they were struggling a lot. Nix threw a few picks, being low picks. So yeah, give me the Colts. Now it's a lone 3:25 game. We got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. So this game is a rematch of Super Bowl 60. You know me, hating on the Chiefs all year long last year, basically. But any game show the Chiefs, Henry, Brady, Don, all show the Eagles. So in this game, the Eagles looked way better than the Chiefs. Yes, the Chiefs kind of came back in the second half. But the Eagles' defense is, Jalen Carter is not sitting on the opposing quarterback. The Eagles probably will dominate this game. So I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think the Eagles are a way better team right now. I don't know about the Chiefs at the season right now. I don't know if the Royals will play. I have a lot of questions with the Chiefs offense and a few questions about Chiefs defense. So yeah, give me the Eagles. Next up, the Sunday night football, we got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Minnesota Vikings. So this game, very interesting one. The Falcons losing to a field goal. Cruz just sinking it. And JJ McCarthy had, after that pick 6 in the second half, he played very, very good. This made me think different on JJ McCarthy and make me think, yes, it is the pieces around him, and it's not Sam Darnold is actually kind of bad. I'm not saying he's bad, but I think Sam Darnold is not. Anyways, Don got the Falcons, Grand got the Falcons. Henry and Brady looked at the Lakers. I'm going to go to the Lakers. I think they're a way better team right now. I think the Falcons will struggle a little bit more before they start to get the 13, but I'm going to be too shocked if the Falcons win. Alright, now on Monday Night Football, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Houston Texans. So this game is very confusing. Dan and Brady both said the Texans, Henry and Don said the Buccaneers. So this game, the Texans didn't look very good. That one game looked horrible. That it wasn't very good. But Buccaneers are literally baking right now. Literally baking or baconating. They're cooking. They're good. And look, Luka is looking very good. And they changed around that special player of the year looks. And it's a little too early and they changed it to next season. But I'm not good to the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers are a way better team. I feel like the Texans are just good because of that bad division the past 2 years. And yeah, give me the Buccaneers. Now the final game of the week, number 2. It's a Los Angeles Chargers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. This game, the Chiefs running the Chargers upsetting the Chiefs. Not really upset. I'm not taking this upset in the lie. Had the Chiefs winning. Anyways, the Chargers looked very, very good. You know, the Raiders, Dan is the only one who said the Raiders, Henry, John Brady, all said the Chargers. I'm going to go to Chargers. I think Chargers are cooking right now. I feel like they'll be good and starting off hot, especially after being the Chiefs and in the position that knowing they have to continue this so they don't just lose the division. And at that'll be the end of the 2 predictions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and peace.